absolutely continue telling me about the lovely lakes and everything.
The lovely lakes. Yeah. Hello, everybody. I was just telling David about the amazing lakes that are here in Mammoth Mountain. Um, it's a beautiful place, and there's one lake that we always go to with our dog, right at the border of Yosemite, and it's actually it's not a real lake because okay, there are fish in the lake, but I think they stock the fish, which is pretty crazy that they like literally fly airplanes and then just drop fish out of them for people to fish.
I don't know how that works, but
it's a strange concept. But anyways, it's a nice place. There's no cell reception, and it's a you just have to get out and enjoy life. And it's really nice not having cell phone reception, actually.
Yeah,
because it's like even the worst emergency, there's nothing I can do about it. There's a few hours that we'll just have to wait. So
yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, I like the idea that you have no cell reception, so you're literally. But then, how are you doing this? How are you doing this stream?
Oh no, here at the hotel is fine.
It's when you're up in the mountains.
Once you leave town,
got it. So yeah, I understand. Hey, FP, welcome.
FP,
hello, Spin.
How's it going, man?
Hey, FP, by the way, I was listening the other day to, two tracks we did together, the Mexican track and then the Western track. And you're awesome, man. Yeah. So thank you for always putting your best into our projects. Yeah, man. So yeah, I got nothing for tonight other than
okay.
Oh, we got Scary Bobby now.
Now what's going on?
Bobby in the murder horror movie. He's about to do a big
back,
murder.
or what am I supposed to do here? Okay, let's see.
You want to hear it spin? You want to hear the Western?
I do. I love that track.
Yeah, it's a great track. Let me find you the Western. Oh dear, what am I looking for here? The Western and the Mexican track. It's amazing. The mariachi one. They're both good. Let me see if I can find. Oh dear, I don't even remember. Yeah, let's have a listen. I think it's this one. Let's see. No, it's not this one. I don't think it's this one. No, it can't be this one. This is another good track, but this is not the one I'm thinking.
I remember when you made that track.
Yeah, it's a good track. Where is? I'm totally drawing a blank here. Maybe it's over here. Let's see. Payday Express. I think that sounds very, very promising. All right, here we go.
This is the one.
Enter FP right here. Actually, that's a sample, but not this. That's me going hop, and whistling. Because that's what Ennio Morricone did.
Right. Right.
He would just have guys like, oh, I tracked myself 4 times. Yeah. And then, I mean, the work he did on the Lucha Lucha track. This is amazing. Like, he just killed this, man. And I'll explain something. I know I mentioned it on the stream before, but I'll mention it again. Here, let's hear the track first. And by the way, this is also all live guitar playing as well.
So good.
So what a really good producer expects from a great session player. So what I wrote, da 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 da. He did da 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 da. Yeah. He did that beautiful crescendo. Didn't ask for that. I wrote dee 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 dee. He did yeah 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 yeah. Like, he put this unbelievably cool emphasis. It's almost like they're laughing here. And I just wrote da 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 da. That's what I wrote. And that's what great players do, right? And
how many tracks are there? Because it sounds like 2 or 3 at least, right?
Yeah, well, for sure 2. It's
right.
Yeah, 2 or 3. I can't remember. On the fast, there's a counter track to this. I think on this I did 4, maybe even 5 trumpet parts on this. Butter. That's triple right there.
Okay.
Oh, FP man, you got it going on. Now, wait, I gotta be right back. Hold on, okay?
Okay. Curious to see if David's going to bring his own trumpet. Hey, FP, you also have other horns, right? You have the trumpet, and I think
okay, so I want to talk
not a trumpet. Okay.
about where this track came from. So, and let's make sure the guitar is somewhat in tune. So this portion of the stream is dedicated to my mother. Okay, so we'll go full screen for this, Mom. So
Okay.
my mother, I grew up in the 1970s, and it was very fashionable, to play the classical guitar, and Joan Baez and Joni Mitchell,
Right.
these great folk
Yes.
musicians, and they always, right? So my mother had one, and she noodled around. She would play these, whatever little. I have two cuts on both fingers, so please, this is like not easy. Anyway, she taught me this. And then she also taught me this. So this like flamenco style. And for this particular game, right, they wanted like like a really kind of machismo, bullfighting feeling. And so I took that exact riff that my mother taught me. And I hired a session guitar player, and I was like explaining. It's like, no, you got it. It's like, yeah, like this. Yeah, go. And then, of course, I wrote all the melodies, and, he played them. But it was all based on the riff that my mother taught me. I could probably play along. Now this is a different section altogether, melodically. And then the B section is here. FP. I mean, this guy, he's killing it on the trumpet.
Yes.
Now, he always said to me, there's one mistake in there. It really bothers me. I can do it over. And I'm like, dude, it's perfect. But now I hear the mistake every time.
Right.
It's a little out of tune. But it's okay. Makes it human.
Of course.
Anyway, thank you, Mom. Thank you for teaching me that lick and sustaining me and teaching me about the arts and making me appreciate great art. My mother's an artist, by the way. And I think every year we would drive across the border from Toronto into Buffalo. We'd go to the Albright Knox Gallery, and I was exposed to great art.
Right.
We would visit our aunts and uncles in New York and New Jersey, and she would take us to the Guggenheim Museum, Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art, and she would explain, like, look, this is what this is what the artist is trying to say, and what do you think it means when you see that beside that, and whatever it was, right? And this is where, and I think we made a special trip just to see Guernica, Picasso. There was a big Picasso exhibit at one of those New York museums, and my mother, she really supported.
Probably MoMA.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah. For those that don't know, MoMA is the Metropolitan Museum of Modern Art. In case people are like, MoMA is Mama. No?
No.
Anyway, sorry, just being cute. So yeah, she really encouraged me in the arts, and my sister became a doctor, but, I was like, all right, go play with those drums in the corner, and your sister's studying, so do it quietly. No, I'm totally joking. That never happened. But no, she was very supportive. And, there was, I think it was my first summer after I graduated from Berkeley. And I, didn't have enough money to, find my own place. And I remember she would be up in her art studio and I'd be downstairs, like, making music, and she just really enjoyed my creative energy. And it was a really nice, very nice memory I have of my mother, and me, and both being artists and both being creative, and sharing that, on two different floors, but she could hear what I was doing, And then she would come down. She's like, "Oh, but wait, the thing you were doing at 11 this morning, like, it was really, it was like this and that, and it reminded me of this and that, and it gave me this new idea for, this thing I'm working on, and it was so cool." Yeah. So my mother is really the smartest person and the most talented and creative person I know. She really is. She's a real incredible human. And yeah, I love you, Mom, and thank you for all that you did for me, and thank you for not being one of those parents who said, "Oh, you can do music, but you better get a degree in accounting in case your music career doesn't work out." She did not do that, that's amazing, Anyway, so there we go. I'll go back. So there you go. That part of the stream is dedicated to Mom. So yeah. Anyway, but we were talking about FP and what a great trumpet player he is, and he really is, man. And getting back to this idea of what good session players do,
Right. They add their own. I mean, they bring their expertise in their instrument.
Yeah, and
that's
I think.
critical.
Yeah. And I think at first, he's like, "Oh, listen, I just did this and I hope that's okay. If you want, I can do it exactly how you wrote it." And I was like, "No, dude, I want you to, put yourself into this, man. This is, and he did, man. And then, he did session work on Pascal's records as well. I hired him for that.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
I always call him the San Luis Brass Section, because he lives in San Luis, Missouri, or Missouri, as they say down there. Anyway, so I'm sure, 100% sure, that our Pac people. Hi, Phoebe Joy. Hello, Miles. Hello, everybody. I know all the Pac people want more than anything to see this. What is this? I'm going to go full screen again for the Pac people. Okay. This is the history that everybody, I said it was packed away, and I had to open this box the other day because I needed something. And as soon as I opened it up, I was like, holy crap. This is the the lore, the legendary CD booklet that I spoke of. So
Oh, okay.
there it is. Look at that. Pitfall 3D.
Wow.
Handwritten labels, pre-alpha. Look at that. Regions 1 through 4, pre-alpha. 11/6/97. Look at that. Not approved for replication or duplication. Like, this is hardcore, guys. Asteroids. Look at that. These are the, look, PSX. Look at that. That's PlayStation 1 for those that don't know. Look at that. X-Men. There it is. February 3rd, 1999. Look at this, guys. Twisted Metal 4. I did the intro cutscene for Twisted Metal 4. Oops, going the wrong way. And there it is on a branded PlayStation Sony disc. Look at that. I also did some Underground magazines for them. They had this magazine called Underground. Anyway, I did some music for that. Look at that X-Men build. I can't read from here, but anyway. Look at all this stuff, guys. No?
So
look at that. Look at
will
that.
These run in any PlayStation 1?
Sorry, what?
Will these run in any PlayStation 1?
No. You need a dev kit.
Machines.
Only on dev machines, you know, or debugging console. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We looked into it.
Spin was saying like, you can rip them like any other. And I'm like, yeah, but that's never going to happen in this lifetime. After I'm gone, long gone, and I can't get sued by these companies for breaking my non-disclosure, then I'll send them all to you. Okay. And then you can do what you want. Anyway, let's continue on here. E3. X-Men E3. Now here's what you guys want to see.
Pac-Man World 2.
There it is. There it is, you guys. Pre-end cinematics. Confidential and proprietary. Look at that, guys. There it is, man. There's what you wanted to see. All handwritten labels. I always wondered why Namco didn't do their own branded DVDs, but look at that. Look at that. V19 Master 12/17. That is like probably the just before Gold Master. Maybe it is Gold Master. I don't know. Let's see. I was in consideration to do Defender. I was going to do, but then it didn't work out, like so often happens in this industry. What do we got here? More Defender. What do we got there? It's hard to read. Prince of Persia. Yeah. So I was also in consideration for Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Yeah.
What's on? Wow, that's amazing. What's on that DVD then?
Which one? This?
The Prince of Persia DVD. So when you're in consideration.
So when a major studio like Ubisoft is about to, hire a composer. So I was in consideration for Prince of Persia and Splinter Cell 6. And I finally got my Ubisoft title with Heroes Over Europe, but the first two tries I didn't get. So they send out this music document, and on it are examples, MP3s of examples of things they like, things they don't like even, right? There are, there's a game design document, usually.
Okay.
And then there's a music and sound design document, which basically describes all that they want, everything to sound like. With the Splinter Cell gig that I was in consideration for, like you go up against 10, 15 composers that are trying out for this, right? And everybody gets the same stuff, right? And then they sit down in a room and they listen. And I mean, I did such an incredible demo for Splinter Cell 6. And I was honestly shocked because I thought I was going to get it for sure, especially based on what they were asking for. Oh, it was Shit, should I play for you? Let's listen. Why
Yeah,
not?
sure.
Let's have a listen to it. Because what they wanted, they said, we're moving away from stealth and we want it to be more action adventure. Keep
Okay.
this in mind, okay? So they're not looking for stealth. They wanted a touch of stealth. But they really, where are we here? Splinter Cell 6, there we go. They wanted to make Sam Fisher more like Jason Bourne. That was actually in their brief,
Okay.
right? So here's what I did. This is what I did, and this is what got rejected. Hard to say without crying, but okay, here we go. Anyway, you get the idea.
That's great, man.
And
That was great.
what? The former audio director of
What year was this?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Splinter Cell 6.
I don't
Let's
know.
see.
Would have been maybe 04-ish, I think. 03, 04, maybe. Anyway,
Okay.
the former audio director of Ubisoft, Simon Pressey, who, you know, I've known for many, many years. We never actually did a game together, but I actually sent it to him, you know, and because we spoke together at, you know, like GDC or something. We did a joint lecture together. And anyway, so, you know, we got friendly and had lunch, and, you know, when he'd be in Toronto, he'd look me up, and, you know, and I said, Simon, listen, I'm up for Splinter Cell 6, you know, mean a lot to me because nobody knows this music better than you, right? Because he literally did all the Splinter Cell games, right? That was his gig. And I sent it to him, and he gave me great advice and great pointers. And he's like, David, this is Splinter Cell, man. This is something else, man. And he was blown away. So I have some theories, but I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway, here I'll just play briefly some of the other, because they just wanted one track. I did 9 fucking tracks, like, to show how serious I was, you know. That's dope. I think it was later. Might have been 08, 09. Fucking epic, and that's what they wanted. They wanted to go epic, action, adventure, and a memorable theme. That's what they asked for. Here's I call this action theme. Actually, I'll skip that one. It's, whatever. I did the big rock action. Thank you, Led Zeppelin. Cashmere.
Right. Yeah.
Live bass. Anyway.
Great.
Anyway, I didn't get it. It's all good, you know.
Fuck,
Listen,
it's
you know
fantastic.
what? You get so many opportunities, and you've got to bring your A game. And this is why when we recently pitched that big possible gig
Right,
we're
right.
going to be doing, hopefully we get. That's why I took a whole day and, you know, like went deep.
Right.
I had to do something really special and meaningful. And I did the same thing for this. I did the same thing for the Prince of, oh man, we got to do the Prince of Persia. I got to play that.
Oh, yeah.
This is honestly, it's 2 tracks. Anyway, let's listen to some music. I mean, you know, we very often don't really, we just sit around and talk. Let's listen to some shit. No?
Sure.
All right, here is the first Prince of Persia boss level. So cool, no?
Very.
No round robins back then. What a theme. Fuck. Sorry. This is a good theme. Recognize the boom. Spin. Boom. You use that on Pac-Man. I did. That's one of my go-to sounds. Live guitars. I had a 7-string Ibanez back then. Anyway, so as I understand it, they were going to go with me, and some executive at Ubisoft decided at the time, because this was Ubisoft Montreal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this Canadian band. They were called the Tea Party, I think. And they were really popular at the time.
Mm.
And they decided to have that band make the music for, and I don't know how it came out. I never listened to the final result.
I played the game recently and I don't remember any of the music.
Well, that's a good thing, actually, if you don't remember the music, because it means the music did its job. It didn't get in the way.
No, I fundamentally disagree with
Okay.
No way. No way.
Right. Well, certainly not with Pac-Man.
Right.
You're right. My point is, here's my point.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I disagree.
No, that's okay. We can disagree. Here's the larger point. When I say it did its job, and that probably it's a good thing you don't remember, what I mean is it wasn't so shitty that it interfered with your gameplay. And it didn't interfere with your experience of the game.
But it didn't enhance it.
It didn't. Okay, that I can, yeah, sure. We can agree on that. What I'm just saying is that, yeah, it just doesn't, as long as it's not interfering. Guys, I got a whole thing here of I was in consideration for Spider-Man 2, in fact. What else here? Jurassic Park 3, Sin City. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. We got to just listen to some of these rejects, okay? The Sin City game, but I think the whole thing got canceled. But check this out, this main title theme for Sin City. Live. My guitar's out of tune, but it's great. Now, that was all live. In fact, that was Sean Nyquist, one of the best sax players in Toronto. Guy is just an absolute madman, you know. And anyway, all the parts were written. There was one solo he had kind of in the center where I said, do what you want, but everything else was very much scripted because it's a theme. It has to be, right? But Spin, I want you to know, the saxes were all live, but all the other brass was super brass. You probably like, wait, that horn fall at the end, that's super brass. I'm sure. I got to check the chat. I'm sure he said that. Did you say that? Anyway. Love the synths. Too early for the virus. Phoebe, which one were you referring to? Oh, in Prince of Persia?
Yes.
Yeah, Prince of Persia, that synth in particular. And I noticed Bobby was also like, oh, wow. Wow.
That
growl?
was very cool. That little right. Wow. Very cool.
That is a sound I made using Subtractor, which is part of Reason. And it is a patch I've literally used like over and over. And it's one of my favorite patches I ever made. Super rough and nasty. And no, I had the virus. Listen, every synth has its place in the world, you know, and certain things sound great, you know, and on certain things, and then other things don't work, you know. So yeah, it depends. So that's a sound I made, and I used it on Spider-Man. I used it on X-Men. I used it on a lot of games, you know. And the Subtractor is software only, right? Like it's a soft synth, right? Like there is no, you can't buy a real one. Can't buy like a real. By the way, extra special thank you to Spin and Kiwi for turning me on to the Synth 80 project. It's just it's now my go-to favorite synth. It's like, I mean, it always was, but it's like now I'm using it, like having to MIDI that up and audio and patch it in. It's like a pain in the ass, you know. You got to wait 5 minutes for the thing just to warm up, right? Yeah. Before you can actually play it, wait 5 minutes, you know. And then, you know, you go back 2 hours later and your sound has changed because it's analog. It's real circuitry. Humidity, heat, it all gets affected. It's why Roland killed analog oscillators and went digital, right? Right. Yeah. The Juno 106, JX3P, JX8. No, the JX8P, I believe, was one of the final analogs. And the 3P, I believe, was also analog. I take that back. But the Juno 106 had DCOs on it, yeah. And I had a JX8P, wonderful synth. Oh, and I had a rack-mounted 3P as well. They called it the Planet S, the MKS30. Super fun synth. And I had the programmer and everything. It was awesome. So yeah, it's this world of synths, man. And now these guys, The Usual Suspects, man. I I supported them. I went onto the PayPal and I sent them £50, I believe. Now, I had selfish reasons for doing it because my favorite synth, digital synth, I'll say, all digital of Roland, is the JD 800. And I owned one back in the day, a real JD 800. Sold it before coming to Italy. Amazing synth. They made a rack mount version, and as they always do, the rack mount version is often improved over the original. And like more voices, or a whole different new banks of presets and different sounds, whatever, more expansion cards, these kind of things, more voices of polyphony. So the JD 990 was the rack mounted 880, and you could use the sliders on the 880 to control the 990. It was super cool. Anyway, The Usual Suspects are in alpha of Jade, they're calling it, as in JD 990.
Right.
It's out. You can get it. And so it's
I'm on their website right now.
It's amazing, dude. It's actually amazing. So to get early access, you have to donate. And so I think the minimum was £25, and I think I gave 50 because I was like, yeah, thank you for the virus. Thank you for the JP8080. I'm going to double up. I should have done this a long time ago, damn it. I felt good, man. Felt good to support those guys. Those guys are crushing it, man. They're doing what needs to be done. What no other plugin manufacturer is doing, with the exception of Roland. I guess Roland and Korg are doing it, but they're just not doing the icons, man. Look, the Jupiter 8, sure, is the more popular. It's the more well-known, but that MKS 80 is like legendary for bass and session work. And, it's a workhorse, man. And the JP8080, I mean, that's like entirely responsible for the 2000s and early 2010 era of like trance and rave. I mean, like literally there's like, I don't know, like at least 30 patches in there that are, without editing, you can make like 100 hit songs that came out, between its release and and so like the JD 990, like that is a legendary, like Aphex Twin used it. I don't know. There's a lot of people that used it. Famously Bjork, right? On Post, in fact. I think it was the 800, but they're like kissing cousins, basically. Actually, they're more like fraternal twins, I guess. So yeah, it's these are iconic synths, and the fact that June made the Synth 80, the replica of the Jupiter 8, the MKS 80, and man, is it ever close. It's so good. Damn. Anyway, Phoebe, if you want, do you have Reason? I think Reason is one of those only pieces. You see, okay, let's talk about.
You can have it separately now, I think.
You can have what separately?
You don't have. What is it? So you don't have to run the like patch thing within Reason anymore. I think
you can just use the plugins. You mean?
Right?
Yeah. Yes. They now offer 2 tiers. It's basically DAW or VST version. So VST just gives you all the VSTs, and you work in Ableton or Logic. The DAW version is like everything. You probably get a few extra sprinkles on VSTs, probably to motivate you to, Anyway, let's shift gears and talk a little bit about culture now, about synth culture. I'm going to just take off these headphones. Okay. First of all, I'm going to state something, which is that if the originators who made Contact, if they looked in shock and horror at what InMusic is now doing to native instruments and said, you know what, we're going to make an open source project. We are going to remake Contact 100%, build for build, and release it, for free. And we're just looking for anyone who can donate as much. I would donate like as much money as I could humanly give to support that. Just to not use Contact anymore. But
That would
obviously,
get them sued.
obviously, there's
That
no way
would
I
get
can.
DMCA'd in minutes. There's no way they could do that.
No, I know. It's not the point. The point is, if there was a way, Bobby, I would instantly resign every Native Instruments project. If there was a way.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way, though. It's not possible, right?
No.
Not to mention all the sessions and backward compatibility and whatever. I'm just saying how angry I am that they closed, the whole UK operation is now gone for NI, right? Look, they're within their rights. They own it, so they can do what they want with it, right? But it's like I just bought the Mona Lisa and I'm gonna paint a mustache on. It's like, Anyway, I want to talk about Reason for a minute, because also in the late 90s, early 2000s, this was entirely responsible for entire records that got made just using Reason. Reason was one of the most popular apps ever at the time. Everybody used it. And it was just like a little bit like Native Instruments now, right? Like it's a standard in the industry.
Right.
And all you needed was a serial number and people would just float them around. And the culture of Propellerhead, which was the name of the company before they changed their name to Reason Studio, was like, yeah, man, let the people have our product. And, there's enough guys like David Logan and, that are going to buy it and pay for it, which I still have my Reason card. They gave you like a credit card with your serial number on it. I still have it from version 2 because I had an illegal serial number for version 1. And then I was just like, this is so damn good. I'm buying it, man. And because that's what professionals do, right? Professionals don't crack software, right? Or if they do crack it, it's for very legitimate reasons, right? Which I have a few reasons. Well, Roland discontinued my favorite synth of all time, the Sound Canvas. My first and favorite, not my favorite synth, sorry, my most used and go-to. So Russian hackers are like, yeah, Roland, we can get this working just fine. Yeah, no problem. Here you go, David Logan. Thank you very much. So here's the point. When Reason shifted their corporate culture from, let the people have our music and let the David Logans of the world buy it, and we're doing great, man. We're rich, but then private equity buyout. Well, what it was even before they got bought out.
No, it was
way before.
A long time before Lander.
The point is, they said, let's now get hardware keys involved with the code meter or whatever the fucking thing it was. I forgot.
Right.
Yeah. And then, and I went out and I even bought the code meter key. And then they're like, no, now you got to be logged in 24/7 if you want to use the product. So no more serial numbers. No one has even heard of Reason. Below the age of 40, people are like, Reason? What do you mean? What is that? Reason Studios? Like, oh, are they like a studio that recorded some famous music? It's like, no. Reason Studio, like it's all software suite. No, and that's what happens when you change your culture, because culture is important, I think. And you change the culture, you lose. You just lose every time. Million examples of this. People just losing by shifting the culture. And
trying to squeeze every last penny.
Right.
Look, that inevitably in the short term, it's a win, but in the long term,
you lose. Yeah. One of the things I loved about UAD, I would have paid full price to get the native versions of all the plugins I bought for the Apollo versions, right? For those that don't know, there's native and Apollo. Apollo, you have to have a physical, like if you see here in the top of my rack there, that's a physical hardware audio device made by Universal Audio. And you buy plugins for it. And before you could buy let's call them the VST versions or, whatever, native versions, that was the only way you could run them, right? So then they're like, hey, look, now we're going to release them all again natively. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to buy them all. Like, I don't give a shit. I own them, but I'm buying them again. I don't care how much it costs. Oh, David Logan, here you go. Check your iLock account. We loaded it up for free with everything that you already own for free. That is good and responsible corporate culture. Now, they started sneaking in fees. So they recently did the EMT 140 and 250 natively. And they're like, oh, yes, David Logan, you do qualify for an upgrade. It's going to cost you, I don't know, it was like $3.89. But the point is they're charging for it now. And that's the first step before it becomes $9.99, which is like, you know, like you're kind of buying it again at that point. It feels like, right? So, okay, but I can live with that. Another great example of this is Best Service. I think they're a German company. They make some of the best damn plugins. They're just incredible libraries. They do medieval legends. They did Dark Era.
I want to give him a shout out. He's great.
I know it's hard to say his last name.
Terrence
I know.
Something. Anyways, he's really...
He's a genius, man. And he just makes incredible... He's one of the best samplists, best...
Absolutely,
and he distributes through Best Service. Here I'll just open up by the way, full disclosure, I am not sponsored. They do not sponsor me. I have no affiliation professionally with this company. I'm just saying I am telling you guys about this because it's just that good. And that reminds me very quickly, I do have to log into because I have to authorize one of my, so let me get to the point. The point is they're another great example of just being, I can't do my fingerprint because I have Band-Aids. I cut both of my fingers. I'm telling you, man, moving is just brutal. You cut yourself like a million times. And, let me just quickly do this because I really want to do this because it's like such an amazing library. Oh my goodness. You don't know how good this library is. Okay. Why can't I multitask? Because Stanford University did a study on MIT students and they definitively proved that it is impossible to multitask. You cannot do it. You can do what's called motor skills. So you can walk and chew gum and have a conversation all at the same time, but you can't like focus on more than one thing. All right. So let me just say this. So what the hell though? Best Service. It's supposed to be there. What happened? Engine play. There it is. I got it. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Let me do that. Let me do that. Hey, let's do that. Come on. Yes. Excellent. All right. Good. Really glad. All right. So, new version, right? Okay. I'll have to update that later. Right. So Best Service is now phasing out their old Engine player and they're doing, Engine, it was just called. And now their new one is called Engine Player. And Engine is ancient, looks old, has this old, ugly 1990s UI. And the Engine Player is beautiful and is, non-Intel, like it's a native M1, whereas the old one is like 32-bit still, I think, And so like a little late than never. But I would have paid anything, just, an upgrade fee, whatever, like $50 just to, no, they're just like, you bought this already. We're just giving you the same thing on the new player. And here you go. No charge, no cross grade, no nothing. So for those that don't know, these guys, this is Best Service. Again, I don't get sponsored. I don't gain anything other than to say these are incredible libraries. The Arabic percussion, just incredible. And the Arabic oud. I love the Arabic oud. In fact, if what I can do, let's go to the vault, genres. Let's see, which one would it be? I think it's Turkish Delight version 2, I think. Oh, I have to update the player. Screw it. Anyway, it's unless you guys are willing to wait for me to update the player. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. They make amazing libraries, guys. And yeah, the guy, I forgot his name and I don't know how to say it either. Terrelloni. I'm Italian. I'm not Italian, but I should be able to.
Terrellanti?
Is there a T? It's so far away from my monitor, I can't even read it.
So, Eduardo Tarillanti. I don't know. Anyways, he's great.
Yeah, his libraries are really, really great. And why am I unable to even see this in the full screen? Let me go back to this browser here and maybe I can get his name here. Because he deserves the effort for us to just say his name. And why is my dark mode off? Oh, I hate so much. Cannot find a damn thing of his. A lot of effort to say a guy's name.
Here, I can send you the link.
I still can't read it. Oh, dear. Yeah. You're sending me the link?
I'm trying to. I'm afraid to leave this screen on the iPad because it's going crazy. But yeah, just give me 1 second.
Here, I know how to do this, I think.
There it is.
Eduardo Tarilonte. That is how you say it properly. Tarilonte. It's still hard for me to say. Eduardo Tarilonte. At least the Italian pronunciation is Tarilonte. So, yeah, he's amazing. His libraries are all so expressive and beautiful and just so playable, you know. And then the other guy who makes these wonderful Arabic libraries. Hold on, let me do this. I'm just gonna quickly install this. Let me put this on the floor, for example. Oh, my arm. Fuck. This really sucks, guys. And I'm glad Jasmine's not here. Is she in the chat? My hair is like,
yeah.
Is she there?
I thought I saw her say hi.
I'm sorry, Jasmine.
No, she is here because I said hi to her in the chat.
I'm so sorry because my hair, look at it. It's just so out of control bad. Here, let me do this. Oh man, there's so many problems with network volumes in Mac OS 26. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't unzip anything on any network volume in Mac OS 26. I'm sure it's a permissions thing, but still, it's annoying as hell. And there's this software called Menuist. It was so bad I had to email the developer, and then he had to resubmit his software to Apple, basically, to get it working. You know, it was just like crazy. There's all kinds of problems. Anyway, OS 27 is going to nuke all Intel. It's forever gone, man. And I think this is why they're desperately Engine Audio is upgrading all their libraries now to the new player, right? Because they realize their products will no longer work. And Apple's correct. They're correct. They should kill Intel. They should kill it. It shouldn't be allowed to exist in this day and age. It should only be ARM and stop, you know? So for those that don't know, by the way, Apple used to run on Intel chips. Well, if you go way back, they were Motorola, then they switched to Intel, and then they went to ARM. And that's where we are now, the M1 series, right? So in both situations, they made this translation software called Rosetta. So the first Rosetta 1 was to go from Motorola to Intel, so that your
Mhm.
old Motorola apps still could run on the Intel. And the same thing, 5 years ago, they gave us Rosetta 2, so that you could open your old Intel apps on the M1, right?
Right.
And now 5 years later, they're like, we gave you 5 years to get your shit together. You don't have it together? We're pulling the plug. See you. Bye. All right. Let me do this just because I'll just show very quickly here. So, Synth 80, man. Beautiful. How beautiful is that? So here it is, engine player. And now, oh, right, I can open up that track that I wanted to open up before, which would be where? Not there. Go to the vault. So I'm thinking about releasing another album.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Because I don't know, but I'm willing to bet a large sum of money that in a previous lifetime, I'm willing to bet that I was like a sultan or like a camel trader in Turkey or, wherever, somewhere in the Middle East, because for some reason, Ottoman music, Turkish music, Afghani music, all these parts of the world where civilization began, pretty much what we now know of anyway, like the first clay tablets and all these kind of things. Their music just is something about it. I don't know what it is. I just love it. So here you can see what I did. Where are we here? So my favorite oud sample, and by the way, there's the Turkish oud, the Persian oud, and the Arabic oud. And they're effectively the same instrument, also, which originated in Iraq way, way, way back, and then became the lute, made its way, because, the Ottoman Empire reached as far into Europe as Vienna, the gates of Vienna. In fact, that's when the big pushback and sort of Europe united. Many of the Ottomans, brought with them the oud, which then became the lute. So anyway, so there's these different varieties, the same instrument essentially, but they use different scales, different playing techniques, etc. So anyway, so they finally ported the one library that I think is probably their best, and this is their Arabic oud library. And this is by Bassam Ayub, I'm going to say. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Anyway, it's just absolutely an amazing library. So much expression, so many round robins and different articulations. So for a long time, my favorite oud sample was always this one here, the Turkish oud. And this sounds amazing. It sounds great. Okay, so that's that. And then here is the Arabic oud from Bassam. Oh, let me turn off the reverb. Sorry about that. No? It's beautiful.
Nice.
So nice. So nice. So I'm thinking of doing another album. And because I don't know why this music appeals to me so much. But the other day, Yeah, tell me.
Hang on one second, David. I actually have to.
You got to go.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah,
Go.
it's time for me to pack up and get out of here.
Go. Do your thing, man.
Okay.
I got this. No worries.
For sure.
I'll continue on.
So I will say goodbye. Thank you all.
Wait.
I will see you guys next week.
Before you do, let me just. Oops. There you go. There you go. Let's say all say
bye,
goodbye,
everybody. Thank you.
Do your thing.
I will see
Enjoy.
you all next
Please
week.
say hi to yours, and I'll do the same.
And to yours. Okay.
You take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. So what I was saying is I'm kind of thinking of doing another album, because I'll just play you guys a few snippets here and there. And let's see also, where are we? Did I lose that? What happened? I think I lost the chat. Okay, there we go. Hi, Jasmine. Sorry about the hair. Okay, so I have this thing here called the Vault, and it's just where I develop ideas, new ideas. And I sort of have it broken down into genres. And one of them I have is called Ethnic and World. And I've come across so many amazing ideas that I just feel like, I don't know, like I want to do something with them. So that's one. Where's another decent one? Let me see this one. Is this good? I think this is good stuff. So I want to do something. I don't know what I'll do with it, honestly, but I want to do something. There's also some epic. This one is, love this one. This is epic. I'm thinking of calling the album Stars in the Sand, something like that. Thank you, Phil Collins and Led Zeppelin. Pretty obvious, huh? What are we listening to? Some new music of mine. I'm thinking of releasing this as an album. Anyway, now this one, I love this one so much. And I did this with GeoShred VST from Mo 14. Most of the percussion is live. Anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, Stars in the Sand. You like that, Nick? I don't know. It has a nice. I'm sure somebody else called a record "Stars in the Sand." I can't be the first to have thought of that. I doubt it. You know, especially like, right, like when you look at the sand and the sun glistening. You know, you see those little sparkly. You know, they look like stars. No. Anyway, so yeah, I love this. I love the music of that part of the world. You know, and I've just made an unusual amount of just ideas based on Middle Eastern, Persian, and I guess West Asian. I don't know what you call the region of like Afghanistan, and anyway, that part of the world, all the music of that part of the world. I just, there's something about it, the simplicity, the authenticity, and I think it's also the scales that they use, right? That are so different and so unique, you know, most important being the Phrygian dominant, right? Or some people call it the Egyptian scale. Yeah, the Phrygian dominant. It's a very kind of stereotypical. So like. And then you can do, sometimes they call it double harmonic. You know, these are all kinds of different kinds of scales that are used. And then the other day, I was noodling around on the piano. Now this is a very rare thing I'm going to play for you now, okay? Because this is literally just me messing around, trying to find something, trying to find an idea. Check it out. It's just piano, very crude. that's about all. Anyway, yeah, it's gosh, I don't even know what key I'm in. Let's get a piano over here. It's very hard, guys. This fucking nerve problems I have. It's very hard to do basic things. See, what I love about their music, you know, in Western music, we have this idea of like, so I'm in the key of D minor, and you know, we have this idea of like, you know, major and minor, and in their music, you know, there's not this distinction. It doesn't, they don't, you know, because they don't. It's not that they don't use chords; they just don't use chords in the way that we use chords. Okay. Their music is much more improvisational and more based on melodic performances. Okay, they use chords. It's just not the way that we use chords. Okay, and one of the things I love, you know, is how they fluidly just go in between what we would call major and minor. So if you notice my piece, right? I'm here. Ah, fuck. Yeah, see, it's like even the way I'm performing it. Yeah, I still have to go in more detail and kind of give this another listen and kind of understand, you know, what was I actually doing. I'm going to open the Logic file and just have a quick little peek because I'm so curious now. It's a really nice piece. I think I'm on the 7 there. Pretty sure I'm on the 7. Yeah, I'm not even playing a chord. That's the interesting thing. So there it is. There's the. See, it's incredible music. This is the Logic. Oh, I remember this. I'm doing it fast to get through it because then I had a different idea. This is me just quietly working out an idea. I don't know what the hell I did there. I'm getting all jazzy. Anyway, there you go. A little insight into my next album that I'm thinking to release. You know, I don't know. Stars in the sand. I like it. Yeah, it is peaceful. Yeah, piano. I mean, yeah, it's hard, Miles. You know, even for me. One of my mentors called me hammer hands because I would always hit. I'm a drummer, percussionist, and so I'd always, hitting the keys as hard as I could, and I don't know. Just anyway. And I was right. I was on the 7. Went on a round trip journey there, all over the place. See, music is so unbelievably, it's such a mystery, no? No, Jasmine, I don't think I will sing. I was thinking of making an instrumental album because, what would I sing in what language? I don't know their languages, and I don't know their singing styles, and probably, I mean, people might even laugh at the album. It's just, I love that music. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. But no, I wasn't thinking to sing on it, just instrumental. Anyway, well, guys, I think that's it for me. I'm sorry if I missed any questions. If you guys want to ask, if I missed any questions, feel free. I'll stick around for another minute or so if there are any other final questions. And I'm looking at the sketch. I mean, there's like a lot of stuff in here, man. Like a lot. Holy cow. Here's that jazz chord again. Anyway. All right, guys. Since there are no questions, I'm going to sign off. And I wish you guys all well. And like I always say, I think the purpose of life is to find some purpose in life. And I think the meaning of life is to find some meaning in life. So thank you, Miles. You have a good one too. Thank you, everybody else. And I will see you guys all in a week. And just a heads up, I don't know, the packing is getting really quite brutal on me. And I may take some weeks off, but I'll give you a good warning before that happens.